Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Pokemon Crystal, no Pokecenters, no Pokemarts. In our last episode, we made it through Victory Road, and here we are at Indigo Plateau, ready to take on the Elite Four. Now, things didn't go completely as planned last episode, as unfortunately, Ranko died in the process of facing our final rival fight. And along with that, our Pokemon are pretty weak, so the thing is, heading into the Elite Four, I want to heal them up, but at the same time, I have a limited amount of resources to use for the entire Elite Four. So, with that being said, it's going to be a little dicey whether I choose to actually stick with these guys here at low health and go right into it, or whether I just heal them up and hope that I don't run out of resources in the process. Raichu, of course, I will have to revive, so unfortunately that's one instant revive gone already. I'd rather not use a rare candy just because Raichu is currently at a place where he's close to leveling up. As you can see here, 2600 away from leveling up, that's half the way there. I don't really want to waste a rare candy at that point, but yeah, I was looking at all of these guys, and all of them are pretty close to leveling up, so that kind of makes me want to go back, get that little bit of experience, get them that one extra level before we proceed forward. Suicune especially is really close, so I feel like I'm going to waste her waterfalls, and I have to fly to the move deleter anyways to get Surf thrown onto Suicune. I want all the extra power that I can going into these fights. Espeon's pretty close to leveling up, and quite frankly, I can waste a couple quick attacks and something. Ultimately, I'm probably going to throw an Ether on, or an Elixir on Kote here, because actually no, I'm probably just going to throw a Max Ether on Psybeam, because 20 experience for one item is pretty decent. Shuckle here is basically just as our fodder poke and help get us some berries up here, but remember, Shuckle is Cooper, so he may as well be in the final party when we go to take the stuff on, so we need at least one Pokemon for fodder, I would imagine. Nevertheless, my plan of attack is probably, who's holding, I believe Malk is holding the EXP share at the moment, and yes he is, so he should be getting close to leveling up. Either way, I'm going to switch Maria to the front of the party, and I believe I'm going to use one revive on Raichu, just for now. And hope for the best. Hope that revive pays off for itself. So, back I'm gonna go. The thing is, Victory Road has a bunch of rock Pokemon, so may as well use my remaining waterfalls on those. I'm not gonna bother fighting Golbats at the moment, but I imagine there's some Gravelers here I can find. I think I can find a higher level than that. Still level 434. I believe there's level 36 Gravelers that I can find. And if I'm going to be training, I may as well make the most of it right here. So, there we go, level 36. I'm content with that. We're going to throw a waterfall in its face. I imagine it will kill, which it does. And that's 344 for Maria and 344 for Malk. I'm decently satisfied with that. Level 38, that's even better. Didn't even know about that, so 38 or 36 is what I'll be satisfied with. I certainly won't settle for a level 34. But Maria's really close to leveling up now. I may as well go use Gust on something at this point. And we encounter another level 34, that's fantastic. So, can make use of that. Maria gets up there, and Malk gets pretty close. So, what I may actually do now, though, because I'm probably going to throw... I'm most definitely going to be throwing EQ on Malk. I may as well use up his Poison Stings or his Thrashes at this point. I feel as though... I really want to keep Poison Sting just because of our last playthrough where we had it. So I'm probably going to get rid of Thrash and deal with things that way. But Malk is really close to leveling up, so maybe I'm going to go find something to fight Thrash with. Anyways, let me check Cooper here. Maybe he's got a berry juice for us. Nope, not yet. So, I'm trying to think of where the best place to train up our guys would be, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deposit Shuckle here. Take out... my car is dead. Oh, I have to take out Kenya for now. And... let me just look at Maria's stats for a sec. She's got 7 Aurora Beams. I don't know if that's necessarily going to cut it. What I may as well do is actually throw perhaps an elixir on Maria. Give her those extra Aurora Beams, give her those waterfalls again, and then use those waterfalls to train on something. Get rid of Waterfall and give her Surf. That's probably the best plan of attack, and that way I get the most usage out of my PP. So that's what I'm going to do. I need to first grab an elixir from the PC. So, actually taking out Shuckle there was completely pointless if that's my plan of attack. So, I'm going to take Shuckle back out. Or, no. Really? Really? Stupid game. Deposit Shuckle. Withdraw. Or, deposit Spearow. Verbal Trickery right there. And, here we go. Gonna deposit some useless items. I don't need Ice Berries because... Look at this. Ice Berry heals burn. I thought Ice Berry healed freeze, but whatever. I think that's a text error. We don't need a Moonstone. We don't need an escape rope. We'll definitely need those 5 full restores. Berry juice is going to come in handy. Hopefully we can convert these last few berries into berry juice before we take on the Elite Four. I want to say that I'm going to use my full heals to heal any sleep that comes my way. So for now I'm going to deposit my Awakening and my Mint Berry. Heal Powder is like a full heal. I'm just going to keep that. It heals any status. The rest of the stuff I think is perfectly fine. Like I said, I'm probably going to use these berry juice before I go into the Elite Four, so I'm not too worried about that. I could probably bring these stat modifiers like X attack and X defend potentially, but I don't really see them being too useful. I could probably PP up something. Max Ether, I said I was going to bring 1 for Kote. Elixir, I said I was going to use 1 on Suicune. X Special I could probably bring as well. Energy Root I probably want to withdraw as well. It's 100 HP, definitely worth it. Max Repel we don't need. X Speed maybe. Max Elixir would definitely be pretty useful, but I would consider that on a Pokemon that's like used up absolutely everything. Black Glasses I could probably bring with me and throw on Espeon because I'm probably going to be making use of Bite more than Psybeam in some cases. And Espeon's already pretty fast. I don't know exactly what item I really need to throw on there. So for now I'm going to throw on those PP restoring items and see what that gets me. So let's see. We wanted to use the Elixir on Suicune. So there we go. We wanted to use the Max Ether on Kote and his Psybeams. And I believe that was everything there. Okay. So, let me just see. Kote, he's now got his 20 Psybeams back, so that's fantastic. We're definitely going to be needing those, because he doesn't learn Psychic until level 47. Let me just look at Suicune here. We've got most of our Aurora Beams back, so we'll definitely have to make use of those. Waterfall is back, and we've got plenty of Gust, so I could probably make use of Gust if I need to grind up anything else as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight some more of those Gravelers. Finish them off with Suicune, get Malk and Maria. Level 40? Awesome. This is going to be sweet. Waterfall better kill this thing though, because if this self-destructs, that's going to hurt. Good. But Maria's pretty close to leveling up, and I imagine Malk is getting pretty close as well, so that's 2 extra levels that we can benefit off of there. Not level 34. If I'm going to be fighting level 38s or 40s, I'm certainly going to want to take advantage of that. I'm not going to settle for level 36 either. I'm going to settle for 38 or 40. There we go, level 38, that's fine. It's just a few bits of extra experience, but anything we can get at this point is certainly going to help us. I think this will put Maria to the new level. Well, apparently not. So we might get a double level up in this next fight. Maybe. Keep fighting. Nothing yet. Sorry for the short delay in actually fighting the Elite Four, but you know that I'm just going to make this a longer episode for you guys anyways. I may as well. I'm just going to include all this extra little bit. Hopefully not delaying too much to our final fight. Either way, this fight is definitely going to put Maria to her next level, 43. That's going to help us in the long run. And Malcros level 40 as well, so that's going to help him. Now, let's see, maybe Cooper has a berry juice for us. Help us along? Not quite yet. So Cooper, you need to start honing your skills here. Nevertheless, I can freely take the EXP share off of Milk now. And who else is close to leveling up? Xerxes is pretty close there. Milk is pretty far now, so that's fine. Raichu is pretty close as well. And Kote is about halfway there. Or a little more than halfway. So I'm going to give it to... let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to check with the amount. So Kote has 2,000. Raichu has 26. Nidoking's way off. And Typhlosion's the closest. So we're going to give it to Typhlosion for now. And then probably Espeon next. So, item, give... There we go. EXP share. Kote, I'm also going to... Well, I'm going to be giving him the EXP share in a moment anyways. But for now, I'm going to waste the rest of Suicune's Waterfalls because I can't teach it Surf while we're in the Elite Four. So I may as well use the Waterfalls while we're out here. Use up all of them as much as we can. We've got 7 more, and that should get Suicune or Typhlosion pretty close to his level up. Oh, level 40. Certainly don't want to run away from that thing. There we go. Level 34, skip it. Keep going. Hopefully we can find a couple level 38s and 38s and 40s pretty quick. And deal with those. There's another 40. That's fantastic. That's probably the strongest thing you're going to find in this area. Probably the strongest thing you're going to find in this game at the moment, at least from a wild fight perspective. Another level 40. That's great. So certainly benefiting off of that. Not a level 34. I think we've got about 3 waterfalls left. And there we go. Xerxes gets to level 41, so that's great. I can now take the EXP share off of him. Give him back his charcoal. Since he's probably not going to level up before we fight anything else. Give Kote now the EXP share. And use our remaining waterfalls to get Kote a little bit of extra experience before we head off to the move deleter. Here we go. The good thing about Gen 2 is that even when you remove a move and you teach it again with a TM or a HM, it restores all the PP for that move, unlike in 5th Gen, which is kind of interesting in the sense that if you use up all the PP for a move and you teach a TM, it'll stay at 0 PP, which is kind of unfortunate in the sense, and it really wants me to try this in 5th Gen actually, because you can't simply just teach another TM and restore everything. I think that's partly because TMs don't disappear in 5th Gen, otherwise it would make things really simple. Just teach a TM, teach another one, and there you go, you've got all your moves restored. So it makes it really simple in that sense, but yeah, I really like to try 5th Gen with that kind of mechanic in mind. Nevertheless, let me just check Kote's EXP gain here. He's got 1600 away from leveling up. Maria's actually pretty almost halfway to her, another level up for her, but she's going to be pretty involved in the Elite Four, so I'm not too worried at this point. Actually, let me just check Shuckle, because he should have a berry juice for us, which he doesn't. Come on, Cooper, pull your act together. What is this nonsense? I'm pretty sure we're out of waterfalls, so I couldn't exactly... Oh, I could have killed that thing. So what am I doing? There we go, we got another one right away, so it doesn't matter. But there we go, a little bit of extra experience there. And now Let me just check Shuckle again. Maybe we got the benefit of the doubt. Nope. Still no berry juice for Shuckle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deposit Shuckle for now. Take out Spearow. And we're going to fly back to Blackthorn City. I've wasted quite a bit of time here, so we might end up having to split this up into an extra episode. And unfortunately for us... Wow, that really stinks. What the heck? I believe this guy can teleport you. Oh, you're challenging Elite Four. Are you sure you're ready? If you need time to train, my Abra can help you. It can teleport you home. Would you like to go home now? Yes. So there we go. So that Abra is a free teleport back to Kanto, but the good thing is... Really? That guy doesn't send you right back? That is really unfortunate. But we needed to desperately go back to Kanto anyways. I can quickly run through the Victory Road anyways, so it's not too big of an issue. Anyways, I need to fly back to Blackthorn City. Back to Blackthorn, that's right. Back to Blackthorn City. We need to get rid of Waterfall on Suicune. There it goes. And now I need to teach Suicune Surf again, so... Or not again, but for the first time. Which is certainly going to be really powerful in this at this point in the game. So Maria learns Surf, and just to show you, we do get all the PP back for that. There you go, 15 PP for Surf. And like I said, I do still have a ton of gusts, so I could probably make use of those. Suicune doesn't really need to take advantage of her gusts. So what I'm going to do at the moment is fly to... there's not really a lot of grass Pokemon I could take down. I'm trying to think here. Mahogany Town probably has some decently powerful Pokemon that I can make use of. Either way, we're going to deposit our Spearow, take back out Shuckle, and hopefully Shuckle can actually turn this berry into berry juice in a decent chunk of time, because I want to start using it to heal up some things. Let's just see what we can find in here. We find a Venonat, so I can definitely make use of Gust on that. And it gets us 79 experience. So that's not exactly fantastic. Noctowl, I don't really have anything to fight that with. A Venomoth we can certainly take advantage of, so Gust is going to KO that and give us a ton of experience, so I probably want to fight Venomoths at least with Gust. Not Venonats. More Venomoths right here, that's fantastic. I'm going to go down to about 20, I would say, with our Gusts. Make the most of those that way. I don't want to waste too many of those because we could probably find a use for them later on, at some point at least. Keep trying to find some Venomoths, hopefully. Nothing yet, nothing doing. They were coming pretty quickly before. And actually, there's something I've been meaning to pick up here recently. The thing is, originally I couldn't come in here because there were rockets in the way, but if you come back in here and you talk to this guy, he actually gives you a Sludge Bomb, I believe, so they left this behind. You could take it. Boom. TM36, which is Sludge Bomb, so that's a pretty powerful technique. I could probably find a use for that as well at some point. Possibly even teaching it to Nidoking and replacing Poison Sting. What a concept. A move actually stronger than Poison Sting? Could you guys actually imagine that? Like, really? The only problem with Poison is it's only super effective against grass types. And the thing is, there's not a lot of grass types that aren't Poison type in addition to their grass typing. So realistically, Poison is probably the least effective move offensive-wise. It's great defensively as a type, but offensively, Poison just isn't up to snuff. It should realistically be super effective against a lot more things, but it just isn't the case for whatever reason. You guys are probably screaming at the screen, probably telling me of like more things that I could probably be training against, but whatever. This is probably the most effective way that I could find here, at least to get those couple extra levels. Kote should gain his level, which he does right there, so that's fantastic. And the only Pokemon I think that's far away from leveling up now is Well, Raichu is the closest one to leveling up at the moment, aside from Suicune itself. So, I'm going to use these last few gusts that I said I was going to. And actually, let me check Shuckle, who still doesn't have a berry juice. Shuckle, you need to start pulling your weight here. Nevertheless, I need to steal the EXP share back off of Renko. I need to take the Quick Claw off of Renko for now. And give him back, give Renko back the EXP share. Give Kote the dark glasses, because he's not going to be doing anything else. Or the black glasses, I guess. And I think I'm going to give Malk the Quick Claw over anything else. Because I think he's pretty slow. I think he's slower than Raichu, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check stats here. Yeah, he's actually slower than Raichu, so I'm going to make the most of that anyways. I'm going to use the remainder of Suicune's gusts, as I said, just to get Raichu that little bit of extra experience. And then I think I'm going to use Malk's Thrashes to get rid of his PP and fight some more powerful stuff. So go with Gust. There we go, Venomoth taken down. And I think I have 2 more uses of Gust that I can use on these Venomoths and finish them off before moving on towards using up Malk's PP. Anyways, these little bit of extra levels are probably unnecessary at the moment, but whatever, every little bit helps. And if I survive by 1 or 2 HP, you're gonna see that the fact that these levels did somehow pay off. If I somehow just plow through the Elite Four regardless, then whatever, they were worthless, and they simply just help me later on when I go take on the Kanto gym leaders. So, nevertheless, it's not too big of an issue. Sweet, we get to encounter Raikou. Sweet, look at that, Suicune on Raikou action. Like, come on, can't escape. Oh, good. Good thing that fled, because we could have been hit by a Thunder Shock or whatever Raikou wants to throw at us, and that probably would have KO'd Suicune, or at least done a fair chunk. So, at least the good thing for us is that we have now encountered Raikou, and so now that we've done that, it'll be easier to go back and find Raikou later on. Actually, I probably could have just captured Raikou right then and there, because I'm thinking of using the Master Ball on one of the legendary dogs, because they are a bit of a pain to go and try and track down and whatnot, and I can't seem to find a single Venomoth, which is kind of unfortunate. Just give me one Venomoth. One Venomoth. That's all I'm looking for right now. And it's looking like this is probably going to be another preparatory episode, just for you guys. So you're going to have to wait till the next episode until to see me take on the Elite Four. But the good thing is, I'm going to be pretty much prepared right from the get-go to take on the Elite Four next episode. So, here we go. Just, come on, find me one Venomoth. That's all I ask. One Venomoth. Really? This is ridiculous. I was finding them left, right, and center earlier, and now I can't find any. You know what? If I can't find one in the next 5 Pokemon, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Wow. Really? I was about to go kill Venomoth, or Venonat, and finally a Venomoth shows up. Whatever. Let's just check Shuckle again, and it's still a berry juice, which is really unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nevertheless, I feel like Malk is in a position where his Thrashes are probably gonna be able to start KOing those Tauros that he was killing earlier. So for that reason, I'm just going to surf back to Ecruteak City. It's faster than, probably faster than depositing Pokemon and flying and all that stuff. So we're going to go try and find those those Tauros and Miltanks and stuff, because they were giving decent chunks of experience, at least in this area here. At least I think they show up at nighttime. I'm hoping that they do. I see Magnemite. Come on. Tell me I'm right. Tell me they're actually still in this area. And it's not something affected by nighttime. Come on. Come on. Just a little bit more. Like, we're already at up to, I think, 24 minutes in this recording. So, yeah, I'm definitely not going to try and squeeze in the Elite Four. I want to take my time with it and then have you guys enjoy it to its fullest. So we're not going to try and just rush it into this episode and have like an hour-long episode. That seems kind of pointless, especially if it's full of grinding at the beginning. Like, that's just pointless to me. And right now, I'm not seeing any Tauros. So, you know, what I'm going to do... Let me just check the Poke Gear. It's 2:55 a.m. apparently. So, what I'm going to do, we're going to go into the Pokemon Center, and we're going to go through a time warp, and hopefully get things done that way. So, I'll meet you guys back here in a moment, so bear with me. Welcome back, folks, and I've completed the time warp, so we're now in daytime again, and hopefully that means that we're safe to go catch some, or take on some Tauros and Miltank, I guess. They both give a pretty much equivalent amount of experience at this point of the game. So let's just see here. Hopefully we can find them decently quick. Nothing doing just yet. Some more Pidgeotos. There's a Miltank, so hopefully this Thrash KOs. It's a level 13. If I can't kill level 13s, then that's pretty sad. Let me just check Ranko for a second. I want to see what Ranko needs. So 1900. There's Raikou again, so that's pretty sweet. Get to encounter him. But yeah, a level 13 Miltank actually gives us a really decent chunk of experience. So Miltank or Tauros at this point I'm going to be satisfied with. They both give a pretty nice chunk. I could probably kill level 20s, at least with this, but the fact is there's not really too many good level 20s to benefit off of at this point in the game. So here we go. Malk's going to finish off these last few Miltanks. Just getting revenge on Whitney for her stupid Miltank earlier in the game. You know, kill as many cows as possible. There's another Tauros. That's fantastic. 195. But yeah, I need to get rid of these Thrashes. Basically just so that I can throw on Earthquake. I could realistically get rid of Poison Sting as well, teach it Sludge Beam, or Sludge Bomb, but we'll see. Maybe later on, if I decide to go that route. I'm not really in need of Sludge Bomb right now as a technique, so we'll see. I'm gonna keep Poison Sting on there for now and see how it goes. Either way, we're having a fairly decent encounter rate with Tauros and Miltank, aside from this most recent 20 battles. But whatever. I'm not afraid of finding them. We can take our sweet time, get those levels, and head back to the Elite Four whenever we're ready. So, on we go. There's a Miltank. Throw on a Thrash. Hopefully we can find a Miltank or a Tauros relatively quick here. I just need to use up my remaining Thrashes, teach Earthquake, and I think at that point I'm going to heal up and basically be ready to go. So, come on, Milk. Get the job done. We're almost there. How many more Thrashes? I need 7 more. 7 more Tauros or Miltank, so it's almost going to be the end of the episode here. We're just about 30 minutes, but all the preparation is basically just comes down to this moment here, and we'll basically be good to go for taking on the Elite Four. There's another Tauros. Works out for us. Ranko gets to level 43, so that's fantastic. And let me just check numbers here. So we're at 2100, 4800, so that's far away. 2200, 5500, and 55. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Maria's item, actually. Take Ranko's item. Give Maria the XP share, just for these remaining few fights, and get the most out of Nidoking and Suicune helping each other out. So, use a Thrash there. That's fantastic. So, Maria and Milk helping each other out here, so that works out great. Hopefully we can finish things off here without too much trouble. Come on, we made 5 more. Just 5 more encounters. There's 1. 2? No. 2? Come on, give me a second encounter. Right away, right away. Something. Something decent. There we go. There's a Miltank. So we're slowly getting up there. We need 3 more. 3 more fights. But, yeah, the thing is, the Elite Four has pretty big pressure on us. We can't lose, because that spells game over. And, if we succeed, we get an entire party full heal. So, if we get through all 5 trainers, and hopefully not having wasted too many healing items, I'm going to feel really good about the second half of this game, because Kanto is not too terrible. It's basically all a bunch of gym leaders, and realistically, I believe we can just trudge through and make the most of it. But if we fail at the Elite Four, that's a forced auto heal, and that spells game over. So it's all down to the wire here. If we win, we get a great reward. If we lose, that's game over. That's the end of the run. So hopefully it works out for you guys, and you guys get to see me succeed here. But I just don't know at this point. It's certainly going to be close. Nevertheless, I can now teach Malk Earthquake. So that's what we're going to do here. Give Earthquake to Malk. Trying to learn Earthquake. Get rid of Thrash. And boom, there we go. It's a very powerful technique. I'm kind of tempted to even use PP up on Earthquake there, because realistically, Earthquake is really going to be useful in the long run of things. Let me just check Shuckle here. Hopefully he's got a Berry Juice first, which he does. I probably could have checked that more frequently, but nevertheless, I'm going to give Shuckle another berry. I'm going to take the EXP share back from Maria, and I think I'm actually going to give the XP share to Malk for now. So we're going to switch items. Maria, I'm going to give you the Never Melt Ice, at least for now. And let's see. Ranko, I guess, can have the Quick Claw. Shuckle, unfortunately, cannot fly us to the Elite Four, so this remaining 5 minutes is basically going to be me getting back to the Elite Four. So here we go. No, do not deposit Milk. Deposit Shuckle. Withdraw Kenya. Kenya, you can't fly us to the Elite Four, but the good thing is you can fly us to New Barktown and basically help us progress to the Elite Four. And fantastic. Kenya, that really sucks. Oh wait. I'm clueless. Kenya, fly to the Indigo Plateau. So yeah, we basically need to surf across, and then we can fly back here. So I didn't need to go through the Victory Road again. I'm kind of clueless in that sense. Whatever. Kenya, you're going in the box though. And we're going to withdraw out Shuckle. As far as our items are concerned though, let's see. Energy Root, you're going to stick around. Berry, I'm going to throw on Shuckle at some point. No. We're going to withdraw. I don't think I'm going to bring the stat modifiers. I may bring them in another fight, but we'll see. PP ups, I'm going to bring all 4. Just in case. You never know when they're going to come in handy. Max Ethers, I'm going to bring just in case as well. Elixir, I'm certainly going to bring. Poison Barb, I could realistically throw on Malk for that extra bit of damage. At least, if I decide to teach him Sludge Bomb, I'm definitely going to give him the Poison Barb, but X Special I'll keep for now. And I believe I have a couple Max Elixirs, which I do. Those are basically the best PP restoring item in the game. So, the more of those you have, the better it is. Everything else, I think I'm good to go. As far as healing is concerned, Malk, I want to say he can get the job done where he's at, but I may as well use a couple berry juices on some things here. Let's see. Kote is going to be huge in this first fight, so I'm tempted to just use 2 berry juice on him right away. Go through things that way. So he should be fine at least for the first fight. If not, I'll heal him again. Shuckle, do you have another berry juice for me? You've got 2 berries. I've got 1 in the pack here and 1 there, so I can give 20 experience. At some point I can heal 20 HP with a berry juice if Shuckle somehow decides to get us a berry juice after 1 or 2 fights in the Elite Four, so I'm not too worried about that at the moment. I certainly want Suicune at least later on, so for now I'm gonna hold off because I don't think we need Suicune at least for any of the first couple fights. So for now I'm gonna hold off. I think I'm gonna fire off 1 Hyper Potion on Malk, just for now. I don't think we don't need Malk until, like, I believe the second fight. At least, especially because the first Elite Four is Psychic type, so Malk is just gonna get wrecked. So I may as well just Hyper Potion him there, and he's gonna be fine. Xerxes, you're probably fine at that HP. The first couple things you take on are not too big of threats to you, so we should be okay. We'll have to see. Like I said, I'll heal Maria when it comes time, and hopefully Ranko can deal with half HP. Let me just see here. I wish I had something that healed like just a little bit more than a berry, but that's not the break. We've got a Hyper Potion that heals 200, which fully heals all of our guys, a Max Potion which heals everything, so it doesn't really matter. Max Revive is certainly going to be beneficial for restores, obviously good. But yeah, hopefully Raichu can get through with this without too much trouble. I'm hoping that Raichu, if it does take damage, it's going to be get it to critical rather than killing it, and then I can just throw a Hyper Potion on it and work from there. So this is what we're going to go into the Elite Four with. I'm going to hope for the best. Espeon, I believe, is going to be our starter. Let me just check our items before we go here. We've got Black Glasses. We've got Charcoal for Xerxes. We've got Never Melt Ice for Suicune's Aurora Beams. We've got Quick Claw for Raichu because he's pretty slow. And we've got the EXP share for Malk because for the first couple fights, or at least for the first fight anyways, he's not really going to be used. So for now I think that he's safe. I could probably restore his Double Kinks with a Max Ether. That's probably a really worthwhile thing for me to do at some point. And we've got Shuckle here sitting with us, hopefully able to transform a Berry Juice. So I think I'm going to save it here, folks. And unfortunately, you guys are going to have to wait till the next episode. But the next episode is going to include everything. We're going to have every fight, everything thrown in there. So we're not stopping for anything. I'm going gung-ho the entire Elite Four. Fortunately, we had to delay it by 1 short episode. But you guys can hopefully cut me a little bit of slack and enjoy the entire Elite Four in 1 complete episode. So this is it for this episode. We've certainly prepared a lot. Just take a look at our party for now. But there we go, folks. This is what we've got to take on the Elite Four. Hopefully it can get the job done. This is what we've been training for, and hopefully it can take us the entire way. Hit us that home run, grand slam, all that jazz. Anyways, folks, it's been a great episode, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.